Good day everyone, so obviously the title of this video is like deliberately misleading because we are going to be talking a bit about Honkai Star Rail. If I had explicitly titled the video as such, then I think we would be getting a lot of hate comments before even getting through or past like the first sentence and so on. But yes, this is not going to be a video that's that friendly to the new kid on the block. But yeah, whilst we are busy just having a bit of fun here in the Spiral Abyss with Kokomi and the Elves, let's talk about Honkai Star Rail. So from my perspective, the game itself is pretty mediocre and its long-term replayability is going to suffer quite a lot. And let me just kind of explain. So the game itself has obviously got a very clean interface, great music. This is kind of what Hoyo is known for. But in terms of its environment, it's pretty bland because you've got the space station sort of like setting instead of the beautiful, big, vibrant open worlds that we have here in Genshin. But notwithstanding that, the combat itself is problematic not because it's a turn-based combat system, but because the combat system in and of itself incentivizes you to have units of a specific elemental type to deal with enemies, and whilst it's now not a problem because Freemo gems and all these sorts of things are in abundance, it's going to be a problem in about 4 or 5, 6 months time when new enemies are released and you just don't have the resources to deal with them unless of course you're willing to pay, and you need to double pay because there's a 50-50 system in the game. Yes, I do think that because of the lack of depth in the game, the diversity in terms of what you can achieve, unlike Genshin, it's just sort of going to kill the long-term replayability. So that is, I think, the problem with it. I think there are lots of hidden frustrations that people are still going to need to come to grips with when it comes to Honkai Star Rail, but that is, in a nutshell, what I sort of think about the game. But I must say, when it comes to the implications of this for Genshin Impact, I am kind of nervous. So it is obvious that with the development of these new titles like Honkai Star Rail and obviously Zenless Zone Zero and whatever else Hoyo's got sort of cooked up, we've certainly seen a decline in the quality of the events that they sort of put out in Genshin Impact, the lack of quality of life updates. So it almost feels like the pace has sort of slowed down with Genshin, and that's got me like really worried. Our recent combat events have been absolutely terrible. The writing ever since like after 3.2 has really gone down a bit for Genshin, and even more weirdly enough with the introduction of Dendro, they've kind of held or clawed back their development in terms of the combat mechanics of the game, which is the weirdest move you could kind of like make. So honestly, when it comes to the long-term playability, I don't know where we are. And if we just sort of retrace Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact and all of these things back to its roots, the CEO said he wanted to create anime-like games precisely so that you can spend time with your like favorite character and so on. And to me it feels like that fundamental part of Hoyo's vision has been lost in just a sea of commercialization. So for instance, I want more character content for my favorite character Kokomi, but it's been obvious that the balance of screen time between different characters, excluding Archons, has just not been there in Genshin Impact. And to me, that just means like, well, why do I want to keep on playing this? Is the answer just go and play Honkai Star Rail? It's just it's really, I am really a bit uneasy about all of this, but perhaps it's just all in my imagination. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, it certainly is interesting times. Thanks for watching. I don't know. Make Genshin great again.